Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Sabinho. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Nicely weighted ball. Short changes him with that pass. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Nicholas Otamendi. He's a fine defender, both in the air and on the ground, and a real tough competitor.
Great chance! Deftly away. Pedri. João Palhinha. Ekitike touches it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
He's having a go! No, he's missed it.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Grimaldo. João Palhinha. To Guendouzi. Ekitike. Might be danger here. That's a good ball out wide. So what can they make of this? Oh, that's fabulous. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
That pass isn't the best. Well, that is one way to stop him. Guendouzi. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Matic. Now it's Fofana. Fofana stood his ground strongly. That's really well manoeuvred. Looking for the run. Savinho has it in a wide position. So we're still where we started right now. He's tried one! Otamendi. Manchester United look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, They're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible. They've got to make this nice and quick.
Ronaldo calmly anticipates. João Neves. And it's Neves. Tagliafico. Aims beyond the defence. Marmouche. Now, what about a counter-attack? Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Goes for a shot! Pedri. Tagliafico does really well to win the ball there. Knocks it into space. João Felix delivers. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Fofana just eases him off the ball. Guendouzi. And here's Marmouche.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Pinches it off him. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Guendouzi. Now there's a fine ball. Fofana. João Neves. And no, that was never going to make it. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stop. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. He knows what's coming. A second yellow, and he's off. Well, the players are making their point, but the ref clearly isn't interested. He's waved them all away. Manchester United shoots! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Manchester United can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Ekitike. Can he get it through? He is through here. Flings it across. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Tagliafico. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Strokes it back. Tries to play it through. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Fofana. Oh, just skips past his man.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
It's gone out for a throw-in. Grimaldo.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Can they get him away? He's in a great position here. Tries a shot! There it is! Deep into first half stoppage time. A crucial goal. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So the first goal of the game.
This is the...
And that'll be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And we're underway again. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And that's going to be a booking. Guendouzi, Ekitike, and it's João Palhinha. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Well seen, saw that coming. Fofana, who's on a run down the left wing. That's the keeper's ball. There's a sharp little ball here. Marmouche.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. Ekitike proves too strong. Marmouche. Guendouzi. Tagliafico did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, he could easily have slipped that to his right just to keep the attack alive. And
Ekitike! Well, the ball's run loose. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Still just the single goal between the sides. That has been slung wide. Manchester United appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Pedri. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Savinho has created one goal already. He's got away. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Good. He's going for goal! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Chance! Oh, that is really good tenacity.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero
And we have our
87.
very first corner.
Numero 11. Numero 26. Lasciano il campo per il numero 13. Il numero 18. Il numero 37. Cambio di giocatori.
Shapes to shoot! It's there! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that fate.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Grimaldo. Marmouche. Very nicely done.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
And he gets rid in a hurry. That pass has been well intercepted. Bernardo Silva.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
Good-looking ball. Now this could be a chance, and he's managed to... And the shot! And it's there! And they are cruising away. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 6. Numero
So
8.
now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Il numero 21.
3-0 and
5.
things are starting to look awfully cosy.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
And this is Marmouche. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Otamendi cuts it out. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Pass is just off target. Demiral. Lefebvre. And it's Bernardo Silva. Wood. He's having a shot! Goal! Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Bernardo Silva. And the pass is intercepted. Lefebvre. And that will be the final act. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.